Happy New Year, ladies.
Happy New Year, Stanley.
It's glad to have you, both of you here, our weekend queue, and talk about what has been happening since even the year began.
Yeah.
Matters, people threatening huyu wengine pesa zimeisha. Gashambi Ndere to Banse Kimoyo. I'll start with you, Gashambi, on this. As a trainee lawyer, on this, Davido has been on the loose, both the baby mama and also Tiwa Savage, really saying, back off. What's your take on this? I mean, coming from someone who even the young artists are really when I'm checking on and they're saying we look up to you.
Yeah. First of all, I find it very funny when people who've been intimate before or who've been in romantic setups bring their drama online. It is uncalled for, and you look stupid. These are allegations. We don't know how true that is, but if that is true, I mean, that man needs to grow up. We love him. We love his music, but he needs to grow up. If it is true,
right.
Yeah.
Bansi?
I think also, as Gashambi had said, I definitely am a big fan of Davido's music, but going by the allegations, I think he's the problem if the allegations are true. And Davido has a whole wife. Can you just focus on your wife? Is it drama zote nizani?
And your newborns.
Yeah.
I was taking a look at even Tiwa Savage really had to go to even the police to have a restraint against Davido himself. And take a look at this. I was like, hey.
But Tiwa and the baby mama are friends, eh? Yeah. So it could be. Let's wait and see how that.
But I think at an ifikeyo level where the baby mama has to go to the police, then it means she has been pushed to the wall. It's not something that Pengine ameamka one day akasema, oh, this is happening. I feel like if going by the allegations, it's something that has built up over time, that a lot has been happening, that she has decided, you know what, it's time to take legal action. But yeah, as Gashambi said, man up.
And it seems as if seeking the legal action is becoming the norm of 2024. One of Kenya's radio presenters, Mike Mondo, was served over I think the weekend. This when the week started, and Kenyans on social media like, hey, we are waiting for the whole. We'll be there no matter what, and all that. Gashams, what do you think about this? The whole. Ile move sasa ya wewe na kuachia koti.
First of all, I used to be, for the record, I used to be a big fan of Rama and Shiko. I'm those babes. Unaona nimeona social media ukisema.
Let's judge this situation with the emotions that you had for those two, for that former couple.
I'm saying the way we were forcing our boyfriends, then to watch their vlogs. But I think I've seen people judging how they've chosen to love each other on social media, and I don't see a problem with that for Shiko and our colleague, Mike Mondo. I really don't see a problem with that. My problem is him posting the kids. Yeah, that was a bit uncalled for, and it is a good thing that Rama decided to go the legal way. But also, Mondo has seized and resisted and desisted. Cease and desist. He has. He took down the photos. So I hope there'll be respect. I think when a breakup happens, there's a lot of bad blood. So it's understandably so. Them trying to get back at him and vice versa. Because he sent the demand letter because he wants an apology. Oh, yes. He said 72 hours. The demand letter was sent the day before yesterday.
Allegedly,
we are waiting for the apology.
Didn't even accept it?
Yeah.
Didn't accept the demand letter that was served to him?
Yeah, he wasn't served, but he was served on Twitter. But you can serve someone on Twitter. Had to serve someone on WhatsApp Twitter, or email. Yeah. It's a bit on Twitter.
But then,
I think for clouds.
Bansi, last this was a conversation we were having, posting, kids online, and mostly kids, we're talking about people who are children under the age of 18. As a parent, I mean, this was a whole conversation you were having, and I think at that time you're saying, well, hakuna shida, even for the child. But then I was on the view of, I mean, if mtoto akifika 18, how will it look if they really wanted to see you and all that? Ama wakwambie, no, why were you doing this?
But I think when you're below the age of 18, your parent is the one who has your consent. They will consent to the things that you do when you're below the legal age. But I think in this scenario of Mike and Rama and Shiko, I think Rama had every right to serve Mike, because at the end of the day, these are kids that Rama has had with Shiko and not the other way
Do you
around.
see, Shiko's firstborn is not Rama's kid. And guys were saying, but Rama used to post her.
Yeah, mbona mko na double standards, by the way. You can argue like that,
Yeah.
come to think of it. But I don't know what Shiko has been giving these ninjas, because wait.
Okay.
Did you see the live that they had, the way Mike was?
I
like,
did.
When
I
your
did.
woman tells you something,
Oh,
you need to
yes.
listen.
You listen.
And you
as if
do
that's
it.
your mom. Yeah.
I actually watched that video, I think 3 or 4 times. It was like, oh, hold up, what? I thought it was probably a mix-up of what he said, you know. I was like, what do you mean? Mike, come
Our
on.
man is gone.
I was
He's a
also
goner.
shocked, like, oh,
Yes.
okay. Well, yeah, all the best to them.
Do you agree? I mean, on that. I mean, because I from where I come from, I understand ladies would like, you know, a man who, you know, gives authority. Do you agree that sasa now as ladies ukiongelesha, you know, the guy lazima akusikize kama mzazi?
Nyaringiti unatuweka on a spot. Our potentials are watching bwana.
Weka kwanza, you know, Jemo, focus up or close-ups on this, you know.
But no, I believe in liberty in especially in romantic relationships. I don't think someone should have power over you, and vice versa. I think you should be equals who are able to reason together, compromise here and there, and just understand each other. You should be friends. So no,
Yeah.
I do not agree.
What's it?
Subscribe to that.
Agreed. Sitasema mengi.
Right, naona hapa tukiweka on the spot later kuja kuulizwa maswali ngumu. But let's speak of, you know, matters, even, you know, children and all that. Let me take you to Senegal, where football legend Sadio Mane had his wedding recently. And, well, the wife is 19, but others would say 18 years. But then they've known each other when, you know, she was even below the age of 18. And, you know, finally, they tied the knot. Even the football, you know, his teammates were like, hey, Sadio Mane utayo alidi. And finally,
It has happened.
you know, yes. And for the 2 years, he's been sponsoring, you know, the wife now. Well, in the West African country, I mean, that's, you know, definitely allowed, the whole, you know, marrying at that particular age. But then, what do you think? I mean, if it was in a whole, like, let's say, Kenyan setup and all that, Kashambi?
How old is Mane? It's not important.
But
Because
I think you guys should know that the legal age in Senegal is 16. It's not like here where it's 18. Upper when you turn 16,
Okay.
you're at liberty, you're a grown-up, you get your ID and
Then-
life begins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then he's well within his rights. This might get me in trouble, but
Tread carefully.
I
but-
feel as if the person I thought will be my husband when I was 19 is someone I wouldn't even look at. And, you know, it's in terms of principles, and I feel as if for ladies especially, if you're not 25, I don't think you're in a position to really decide on who you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Agree.
Or even career
this-
choices.
And this reminds me, I mean, there's a whole, you know, trend on X of, you know, for ladies who had married young. Where are you right now?
Yeah.
Bansi, I mean, as, you know, a young lady at the moment, is it because, I mean, times have changed? I mean, yesterday you were having the whole conversation of casual dating because, I mean, right now for Gen Zs, millennials, it's something that they prefer. You know, casual dating, alafu ukifika sasa 30s, you're like, let me try this. Rather than, you know, the whole marrying as young as you are.
I'm a strong believer of as you grow, you become more woke. And I think as you become more woke, you realize these are the things I would want to put up with. This is the person I can spend the rest of my life with. And like Gashambi said, I think for a 19-year-old to just settle down, well, I don't know how things are done in their culture. There are people who are 19, even in my culture, who have been married and it's prospering. So I think whatever
To each their own.
suits your suit, go with it.
But we wish them well.
Yeah.
We wish them well. We really do.
Bora mapenzi kwa tight ka kifuniko, I guess. All right, and you know, away from all that, the KCC results were announced on Monday, and well, one of, you know, our colleagues, you know, our colleague in the whole this particular industry. Larry Madowo, came out saying that, well, he quote-unquote failed, and even posting an article he had written way back and saying, and even the relatives were urging him to, repeat. But then he's saying, oh, well, look at where I am right now. But then the kind of backlash that he had later were people like, unaambia watu, kupita si lazima because where you are and what you're earning. Gashambi.
I think we're in a country that has put so much emphasis on education, and not, education in terms of cramming and your memory. And I'm not trying to trash education. Education is very important. But also, let's normalize encouraging our children to, diversify. There's something in Cairo. I'm a big fan, by the way. Caliph Cairo said on Twitter the other day. Rubani. He said, if my son is, right now my son is 7 years, he knows, he can name, a few countries, he knows a few planes, the types. I think he knows parts to work. You can tell that's a bright boy. He might not be academically gifted, but if nurtured the right way, he's going to go very far. Yeah, I don't think, Larry is well within his right. And also, Larry scored a B minor. Also, did he really feel,
Yeah, but I don't understand with Kenyans wanting to water down Larry Madowo's achievement. Come on, if visiting, he said 45 countries in the span of 1 year. If for him that is a big achievement, which it is, like, let's normalize encouraging people even as they celebrate their wins, no matter how small or how big. Because honestly, being a member of this media industry, those are big strides for him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But also, X is a toxic. The people who are trolling you are people who've never left this country.
Oh, yes. Mjoko pale kwa bedsita.
Wako tu kwa mattress.
And a Twitter kikaroga chai hapo na nini.
So I don't think people shouldn't take that up too seriously. Me, personally, I don't. I get trolls here and then.
I feel like it's
I'm
an
not
entertainment platform.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
People are free to say whatever.
And speak about, going the whole strides. We do all remember Manzio Kibera and the Mubabas that she had the 67-year-old. Right now there's a whole trending video of the Mubabas coming out and saying, yo, Manzio Minnesota.
I honestly think everyone has a type, and going by what Manzio Kibera serves us on social media, she definitely has a type. Because at the beginning of the year, I think first week, already she was all booed up with another man, an older man. I think the same age as the ex. Kama bado wababa wanaitwa ex. So allegedly ali break up na the former mbaba, and now she's with someone else, and now this other ex is struggling. He's claiming that Manzio Kibera alimmaliza, alimfuliza mpaka mwisho. So I don't know if this is just clout, to keep up with the brand. Ama it's the type of men that she likes older men, and amefilisisha huu mwingine.
But Gashabi, do you think we should come in support of the Mubabas tumsaidie? And this reminds me, because gazeti ya leo ya Pulse, I mean, they were talking about something paupers, nimesahau the whole bit, but then you're talking about celebrities who are coming out right now to borrow and plead for money and beg for money from their fans and all that.
Let me tell you, mismanagement of your funds, which is my camera, is not our problem. It is not our problem. And people go broke all the time. When I don't have money, I wouldn't say broke because I refuse negative energy. Yeah. But when I don't have money, I don't go telling my people on, my followers to give me money. You mismanage your funds, you figure out your life. Pesa ukuja, pesa uenda. And we are told, the wife of your youth, whether you're 60 years, you're coming to date us, shauri yako. As we are not there for love.
Obviously.
Shauri yako. We will eat that money and leave.
All right. And okay, Kevo naambiwa ni kama Kevo ananiambia ni kama tunafaa kumalizia show, but okay, right. Let's definitely talk about two before we wrap it up. Two quick headlines. One in Kenya and another one outside Kenya. First of all, the whipman Andrew Kibo, in a recent interview talking about how getting into a number of intimacy relationships has had him go down and lose a number of things in his life. First of all, najua ile macho keshambi ananipatia niambia nitasema nini kuhusu huyu jamaa.
But that's very true. I really usually have nothing to say about Andrew Kibe and Amerix. I love Andrew Kibe as a, in this space, as a journalist. And I used to love his analysis on politics, but that's it. I have nothing to tell him other than he has a lot of trauma. He needs to go for therapy. Please don't troll me.
No comment.
A video loading. That's a video loading. Bansi?
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah.
Right. Let's. Okay. Fine. You're allowed to. But then this is one place that I'm definitely sure that you'll have a comment on. What has the African giant done?
Ooh. City Boys are winning, let me tell you, because City Boys are up. Unfortunately, I thought women we were the prize, but Burna Boy is proving that to be absolutely.
I told you.
Anyway.
Men.
They are not the prize.
Men, you're the prize.
No.
2024 is to remind you, you are the prize. You are the prize.
Not agreed. City Boys are
the
up
prize.
because Stefflon Don, Jamaican UK-based rapper Stefflon Don and Jamaican rapper Jada Kingdom are allegedly fighting or beefing over musician Burna Boy. Now, Stefflon Don is ex-girlfriend to Burna Boy, and it's like they have gotten back together. So Stefflon Don went into the studio and akadis Jada, and Jada came back with a hotter diss track saying that her mood is messed up and that's why Burna Boy left. And Stefflon Don is beefing with herself because Jada is not interested in Burna Boy. Jada is actually even dating someone else. Yeah. But the African giant is quiet. Kuna mtu alisema Burna Boy really wants to comment, but the mom is saying, well, yeah,
your time we really have to wrap it here. But then, men, again, you are the prize. It is 2024. You are the prize. Asante sana to the camera persons, Jemo Christine. Asante sana super producer Lydia Kinateri. Asante sana najua Bansen anaomba sana kunikumbusha kesho. But then wacha nimalizane na shout outs. Asante sana DJ Skylar. Asante sana on behalf of Pierre Fred Ndimuli hapa, Kevo director, Kolo Sound and nani mwingine nimesahau. Nani mwingine nimesahau? Nani mwingine? Right.
Digital.
Yes, digital.
Digital Desk Rose.
Digital Rose. Asanteni sana. Bansi, kesho.
Yeah, kesho, Saturday, 11 a.m. we have a brand new vibe. Beat Plug Extra. Of course, we'll be right here to usher in your weekend in style. We'll be having Miss Tanviri, the storyteller, on board. We'll be having DJ Sema all the way from Nigeria to serve us some Afro vibes. So make sure you tune in. It's definitely a party. It's going to be a vibe, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Aya. DJ, tukimalizanga na moja.